Hello, hello, hello. It's your new day with Donna Reiners and Dr. Kami Owen, where we solve all the world's problems, or maybe just one. And maybe it's yours. In our 30 minutes, we talk about your emotions and mind and how they tie into your body and spirit. We want you to renew and restore yourself in a world that wants you crazy. And sometimes we even talk about money. Introducing your hosts, Donna Reiners and Dr. Kami Owen. Hello, hello, hello. This is Donna Reiners and
Dr. Kami.
Dr. Kami. And we're so glad you're here with us again. And we're going to talk today about the work of denial in our lives. And as a person who's worked with energy and also with people's hearts, just with loving them and leading them and helping them find their real self, I have noticed that 80% have really, truly denied themselves, denied their true selves, or denied even good things. And I'll give you one example. This person has passed away now, and she was just precious, precious, precious to me. Had lived a lifestyle that was really beneath her highest good. And she chose it. Honestly, she chose it. And one day we were doing a session at the back of a Mexican restaurant with some margaritas, because that's the only way she was going to ever do one, because she didn't believe in God. And I could only go so far with her because of that, because she had some definite dark emotions that had ruled her for her entire life. I saw, as we were doing the session work and the muscle testing, that there was a vow attached to this whole situation with her whole life. And I asked her, I said, and I found the section, and I said, it's the word denial. I said, does that resonate with you? And she said, oh yeah. I said, well, it's a vow. I said, do you know what vow it was? I'm thinking she's not going to know. She was so supernatural. She didn't miss a lick. She said, oh, I know exactly what that was. I made that when I was 4 years old. And I'm like, you did? Now, mind you, I'm just telling you, this was a family member. This was a family member. Precious, precious. Actually, it was my niece, who was my oldest sister's daughter. And my oldest sister passed away already as well. And both of them lived far beneath what I know was their highest good for their lifetime. And I understand the reasons why they did, because I can see all the nuances and I understand the theme of their life and how it took place. But when she knew what it was, I was like, wow, you know? She said, yeah. She goes, I remember. And she was at a situation where there was some kind of celebration or something, and she was a little kid. There was all these really awesome, amazing things over here, and she basically was told no. And she said, I remember thinking I could never have any of this. And I said, wow, that's a deep vow, which a vow is an action plan. Anytime you say I never, I always, or I won't, or I will, even I will, those are all action plans. But she knew exactly what I meant. And that work of denial, it denied her opportunities for many, many, many years. It was rooted when she was very, very young. Honestly, it was rooted in the womb, because I knew her mother up close and personal. And I saw the work of denial that took place in her life, the theme. And I saw it in my own life, and my mind had to be renovated. There was quite a bit of denial in the vows and the lies that I discovered in my own body, in my soul, and there was some breakage in my spirit that I had to handle. So denial is a big thing. So what does denial do? Well, it says no to you, but also says no to other things, no to other people. And guess what else? You attract no.
Yes.
You attract being denied. You attract having people get so close to the no. And there's one, although this turned out for good, but I remember applying for a newspaper reporter gig years ago, and it was my gig. I just knew that it was my gig, right? And now I'm glad it didn't take place, but at the moment, it was really harsh. They hired me. I wrote an article. They published my article. And then they said, no, we're not hiring you. I took one of those little tests that they said, oh, it's not a big deal. You're hired. It doesn't matter, but we have to have it for our records. Mm-hmm. And the basis of that, they said no to me. They said I was too strong, and that basically I wasn't going to play well with others, which means I was going to do my job well. That's what that meant, see? But they wanted someone that was just going to submit to whatever they wanted.
Well, that makes sense in the world of media, that they needed somebody that was going to be compliant.
Oh my goodness, I didn't think about that, but that's true. And so, but you know what? I would just tell you, God works out things good for you. He really does. And that next year I published 2 of my books. What would have happened is I would have been engaged in that situation. That part-time job, I know would have ended up being 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And it would have absorbed all my time. Mm-hmm. But you know what? That was, at that moment, I was like, whoa, it was kind of crushing. So I had to stop and I had to review. Okay, I know God and He is really smart. And if this is really a no, like a real no, then there's a reason for this no. And there's a yes beyond the no. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take on the yes, and we'll just see what takes place. Mm-hmm. And it took a few days for me to sort that out. And Craig was really mad. He's like, they said that, you know how men are. Really? But they said this, and we're going to write them a letter. I'm like, we were not happy. Now I'm very happy. Anyway, denial. What do you think about denial? How can we identify it? But then how can we change our minds about it and move into a different space?
Well, the short answer.
We don't have any short answers. We're solving all the world's problems.
That's right. Well, the short answer is you choose.
Oh.
That's the short answer. You are that powerful. And I believe that there's so much distortion. And we talk about frequency. I believe there's a lot of frequency distortion in the way we think and what we're thinking that's outside of, there's other selves, other parts of us in the world of the collective consciousness that are doing stuff to keep us from remembering who we actually are, which are these amazing sovereign beings.
Think there's people against us? Come on, this is going to switch gears, but I need to understand this. What do you mean that there are people, that there's things that are, they're hovering? Are they putting arrows? What is all this?
I believe that there are people in the world, in this 3D world, that are serving power, serving
agendas. Okay, I'm good. Now I'm with it.
Yeah, that's serving agendas that want to keep us
people under control,
and keep us dumbed down.
You are right.
And so I believe that's a frequency being broadcast to most of us that denying ourselves,
comply.
You don't deserve that. That's not for you. That's for somebody else. Just look at celebrity status. Okay, so celebrity status is like in your face. The denial, like if you're a celebrity, you can have that. If you're not a celebrity, you don't get that. But you should. I'm using the terms because that's what I believe is programmed. You should aspire to that, but it's never going to happen. It's only a very few. Now we know all the celebrities are, have their agenda there.
Although 3 of them just decided to create a whole a network, a whole movie program. Yes. But that one, I'm like, what's she doing there? I got to admit, I had a little judgment rise up. I thought maybe she's changed. We'll see.
We'll see.
The unwoke channel they're trying to move toward.
Yeah, they are. And but I believe that there's a frequency chronically being forced upon us in the denial range of, and it keeps us from denying our true essence of who we are, which is
can't say yes to ourselves because of all the distortion.
Yes, and that we are sovereign Christ beings.
And the more we believe that, the more our frequency is stronger than that frequency.
Absolutely.
I still feel like even though there's a no, my yes is greater than all the
Absolutely.
no's.
Absolutely.
But we have to do it together, don't we?
Yes, and you have to be conscious that it's even an option. Most people are unconscious.
Sheep to slaughter, man.
Sheep to slaughter. And, I have to continually remind myself that this isn't just common knowledge to everybody. I start talking to people because this is so in me. Like, I just have a knowing about a lot of things. And it just doesn't occur to me that everybody else doesn't have the same knowing.
I know.
So I start talking, and then they're looking at me like, what? And I have to back up. And I get this from my team members a lot of, Kami, nobody knows what you're talking about. And even they're with me. They've been with me for a long time.
You do talk a little. You do.
I do.
I track you and I get you, but
everybody doesn't.
And I'm the same way. But I see the agendas. Yes. I see all those things, and I want them to change. But I had to really, it was so frustrating. I had to finally say, okay, I have a purpose on this planet. I'm going to do my part to bring change. That's all I can do. I can't change everything.
We can help people that choose to change. We can help. I can't change for you. It's like clients that come to me with a medical condition, and we have a chat, and I call it a practice member evaluation. Because they're not patients, they're not clients, they're practice members. They're just members. We're all in the same team. But we have a conversation to see if we gel with each other, because I am an acquired taste.
See if they're a good fit and if you're a good fit.
Yes. And
we did that with her.
Yeah.
Craig and I both came in a couple times, I think.
Because I'm an acquired taste. I am. But I'm going to be straight, and I'm always my heart is always in the right place for. But if you come in, and I'm going to just talk medical stuff. If you come in and you have diabetes and congestive heart failure and thyroid issues, and that's what you come in, and you just want a pill and for somebody else to manage that and make it go away.
To manage your life.
Yes.
She is not your woman.
I am not.
She's not your doctor.
I'm not your girl at all.
Nope.
And I would say you're living in a ginormous state of denial of who you actually are.
Yep. And you're a lamb to slaughter.
You are. So, right now I have to choose my battles of who I can help in this moment. And, at some point when it's everybody that knows who they are and they just need a little coaching, because here's the other thing. I don't heal anything. You heal yourself.
That's true.
She doesn't heal anything. No. She just coaches you through you getting to that place that you've been denying exists, that you can actually heal yourself. Whether it's emotions, whether it's physical stuff, whether it's whatever it is, tragedy in your life, you are at the helm of that, because you are that powerful of a being. You are a sovereign, powerful light. And we just forgot that most of the time. And what's happening now is people are waking up to who they are. And these people with the agendas that I spoke of are panicking. They're like, no kidding, panicking about they're starting to get it. They're starting to see who we are. They're starting to see what we're up to.
And that they want to shut us down.
Yes, they do. And it's interesting.
Don't be a lamb to slaughter, please.
Please don't. And it's interesting, when COVID started, I was at one of the lone little wolves out here in the medical center of the world, Houston, Texas.
By the way, would you like to say the name of your clinic if there's anyone watching from Houston?
Yeah, You Only Younger in Sugar Land, Texas.
And I'll be your referral, Donna Reiner. So just kidding.
Yes. That I was the lone voice out here saying, do not get this vaccine. And now we're going controversial and all that, and I don't care.
We are.
I don't care because I think it's required, information. But I was really attacked, even from some practice members. I thought you were smart. I can't believe you're saying that, and because they were so in that they couldn't see. They were like the horse, those little black things
They
on.
were like she was when she had a trauma,
Yes.
and she was told that the body trauma could be released.
Yes, and
because she was blinded by her own decision that wasn't an option for her.
So I have immense compassion for those folks that are struggling with that.
Yeah.
And now the problem is, I was right. And so now I'm seeing all these people coming in that were angry at me at first. They were really angry. And now they're like, okay, I'm having all these issues now from
these different liquids in the arm.
Yes, the thing.
That's what I call it.
And
now they want help.
They want help, but they want
they want to be fixed.
They come in and heal me.
That's right. And it doesn't work like that.
And I have to explain to them that I don't heal anything. Now, I can educate you and coach you back to your knowingness of who you are.
And give you tools to help your body detox and clear and all that jazz.
All that
whether
stuff.
it's emotions or physical.
Yes.
It's all the same.
But you are ultimately healing yourself.
Yeah.
Just like, even if I'm in the room where your mom is birthing you and you come out and I'm there and I catch you and all that good stuff, you are the one that takes that first breath. Nobody takes that breath for you. Nobody can take that breath for you.
That's right.
You're taking your own breath. So every time you breathe in, you're breathing in that spirit. You're breathing in who you are. And just remember it. That's why in meditation, I think it's gotten distorted, the message. But really what you're doing is inspiring God, your essence of that part of you, that knowingness, that divine intelligence, your highest place, your highest connection, in this physical body to the whole oneness of it all. And we deny, we are programmed to deny that part of us. And so I believe that's why it's such a big issue in clients we see or people that are coming for health and needing coaching. Because think of all the places in your life. Just like sit with this for 5 minutes, and you can jot it down on a piece of paper. But just sit with, where do you deny yourself? Where do you deny who you truly are? Like on a previous show, we talked about Dolly Parton, and
she knew who she really was.
She knew who she was, and she wasn't deny.
It was controversial too.
Wasn't to deny it for anybody. But we walk around, oh, I can't do that. Oh, that might make them upset, or
I can't wear that.
I can't wear that. I can't wear my paisley pantsuit because my husband doesn't like it.
He really does. Or the Easter egg outfit I have, I got to admit. Yeah. It's a little loud.
But if it brings you joy, do it.
I want to circle back to this. We normally do this, but how much time do we have left? Okay. I want to, this may end up being another thing, but this is the thing. So when you deny yourself, what really the root is you deny your own ability to make decisions. And I really want to talk about this one time, but I'll just tell you, because I was born so early, because I was hooked up to all these tubes, and because I was fed, and because I was kept alive by machines, my insides only knew someone taking care of me to help me stay alive. And I literally grew up with that kind of belief system back here in my head, not knowing it, okay? I mean, Dr. Kami discovers and scenes less than 10 years ago that radically changed the whole trajectory of her life. So whatever you are, whatever age you're on, and you have opportunity to change, okay? So the denial I'm particularly talking about is the denial for you to be in charge of you. And so in the medical grid, and even the holistic grid, you go to someone and say, could you please help me? Absolutely. I'm here to help you. I had an issue that seemingly was unresolvable that I've been going through for 6 months, right at 6 months. And I remember, I think I told y'all this in the beginning. She said, well, when you make your decision, all this is going to go away. I'm like, fine. But right now, I cannot wait because this is a pain. Okay. And so we all went through all these different things, these different solutions, I had shots. I had all these different things, not just from her, from multiple sources. Why? Because I needed a solution. I needed help. So it's okay to get help, is what I'm telling you. Okay. But over time, in those decision making, I had to decide, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I started doing some research because I was afraid to do research. Why? Because I didn't want to come across something that was going to scare the bejeebers out of me because of thinking it was contagious and infectious. Listen, I'm just saying, this is real stuff, people. And so over time, I did figure it out. And over time, I do have a solution actually that's on this way. But guess what it is? It's frequency. That is going to help me resolve. But it's in my terrain. I didn't even tell you. It's like 5 epidermis down. It's parasitical and fungal. And it's my lymphatics are clogged by something killy or something. And unable. It's blocked, completely unable to leave my body. It's because I don't sweat. I mean, there's just this whole thing. We're here to help you solve real problems in real time. And this is a real problem with me. It's been a real problem for a long time. It's been humiliating along the way. I've had to choose joy in some very uncomfortable, humiliating seconds in my life. I have been like, oh my God, this is devastating. But guess what? I hear her in the back of my head. You can believe. You just manifest it, Donna. And so I stopped denying my body from manifesting, and I stopped just looking for solutions, and I got still to find a solution inside me, and then it came. Then it manifested.
Yes.
Because of you.
Again, that's a perfect example of it's in us. And we look out here, look out here, look out here, and our body will continue to signal us until we actually get the actual message that's being sent. And that's a signal. That was a signal for her to really get that she's the source of her entire existence.
And once I got it, the solution came. It wasn't in me. The solution wasn't in me for me at that moment. It came when I was open to hear. And when I came back into the driver's seat and be in charge of my own life.
Yes.
That's when a solution came. And I knew, I'm like, I need to know what this is. And now I'm flying out to have more discovery in it because it's a tool in my toolbox to help other people. That's what's so beautiful when you discover what you're made for. That solves a lot of the problems in your life. I just talked about this Saturday morning with a group. It's like when you look at your greatest weakness, you've probably found your greatest strength and probably found the key to your calling on the planet that will give you the greatest joy.
I believe that's in the Bible.
It probably is actually somewhere in there. Oh, I can't tell you.
Let your greatest strength, your greatest weakness become your greatest strength. Something around
well, actually, people religiousize it. And they say, well, in my weakness, God is strong. And then they think that they can just stay in that weakness. But I believe you develop that area of weakness so that it is strong. And that's how he becomes strong. Not by, okay, well, I was just weak. So God came and he just supernaturally did this.
No, that's not what I mean.
Exactly. No. So it's the strengthening that place of weakness because it's your tool in your toolbox. So
and what if you had to experience this so you would have the compassion?
Oh, yeah.
And now you were clearing for that solution.
I did.
Because now this tool is going to be something that you can use for everyone.
Oh, it is. So, and I am so excited about it.
Super cool.
And I know if I had not gone through the last 6 months, could I have done it in a month? I honestly don't think so. I honestly believe every step I've taken has been divinely orchestrated because I'm on an exploration journey, a discovery of my own life, discovery of the lives of others, discovery of these tools that we have, a discovery to choose life in the midst of what feels like it's going on forever. And you just wonder, will I ever get out of this? My goodness gracious, am I going to have this issue for the next 10 years? I mean, some of you have inflammation so bad you wonder you can barely get out of bed. Am I going to be like this forever? All those things are happening in our real lives, right? So I just encourage you to, how much time we have? Okay, good. We're at our 3-minute mark. If you're wondering what goes on behind the scenes, this is real life. I encourage you to take what we've said today and ask yourself, is there a blockage that you've allowed inside you where you've denied yourself so much, but yet you can see this mess that might be a source for you to actually turn into a message that can give you joy?
Yes. And that you are at the helm of it.
Yes.
That it's not outside of you, that you help is different than you being the source of it. You know, what I tell people is I can coach you, like, let's just say you're a quarterback in a football game, and I'm the best coach in the world. I'm not throwing the football. You're throwing the football. I can tell you, okay, release it just a little later. I don't know football, but I'm just saying, in the football analogy.
But you can help his intention. You can help all those things.
Yes, and help you,
imagination.
Get in touch with all those power centers that are within you. That's what we can do as coaches, and that's what you can invite into your life as coaches. But you are doing it just like you took that first breath. You are taking all of the breaths that get you to that destination.
So identify today your greatest weakness. I used to think mine was my mouth, but mine's not my mouth. Mine is my intimacy. Mine is how personal I can get with you and how personal I am with myself and how open I am about how personal I am. That is my greatest weakness.
I think that's your greatest strength.
And it's my greatest strength.
Being vulnerable is, people that can actually truly be vulnerable are some of the most powerful beings on the planet.
And we bless you today. We
Yes.
thank you where we solved all the world's problems, or
And
maybe just one.
And maybe it was yours.
I hope so. Bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you for joining Your New Day with Donna Reiners and Dr. Kami Owen. We look forward to seeing you next time. Remember, we solve all the world's problems, or maybe just one, and maybe it's yours. Until soon.